Hello, everyone. Today we are going to create Windows install USB, so you can install Windows on your computer by yourself with the USB. I will link the video about how to install Windows with the USB at the end of the video. Please refer the video on my channel. Okay, let's start. Before you do this process, you should prepare the install image at least. Here is the official URL from Microsoft as above, or you can download it from Googling. In this step, you may need to choose the Windows version between 32-bit and 64-bit. If your computer supports 64-bit computing, it's better to choose 64-bit for sure. Most of the recent computer models support both 32-bit and 64-bit. If you don't know which version is compatible to your computer, I recommend you to download all versions, 32-bit and 64-bit, just in case. Before we go to start, let's study about the environment a little bit. You may hear of Legacy, UEFI, MBR, or GPT for this job. When you start to install Windows by USB drive, you should understand your BIOS specification. UEFI spec is newer than Legacy. UEFI is the specification for recognizing USB drive like DVD drive in the Legacy mode. So if your BIOS doesn't support UEFI, you should consider creating the Windows installation USB as well. You should also check your storage partitioning type because you are going to install Windows on your local storage like hard disk or SSD. Your storage partitioning type would be MBR or GPT. Most of Windows computer would be MBR, so you may not have to consider GPT. If the booting mode between USB drive and BIOS doesn't match, you may not see the installation screen. If the partitioning type between USB drive and storage doesn't match, you may not select the storage when you try to install Windows. For most of user, I recommend to create the installation USB with the first way in the chapter 1, and if you fail to do, try to the second way for MBR, GPT of each in the chapter 2. Okay, let's dig in. When you choose the way, you should decide which application you will use. Windows 7 USB DVD Download Tool is the official program from Microsoft for MBR mode, and Rufus is for both MBR and GPT. I am going to explain how to choose MBR and GPT when I explain the way in Chapter 2 anyway. Chapter 1. Official way from Microsoft. This approach, you should install Windows 7 USB DVD Download Tool first. Refer the URL and download the program. Then install that. After install the program, run that from desktop screen. At the first screen, you can see the blank for source file. Select the Browse menu and choose the Windows image file prepared. Next, you can see the menu to choose the media type. We are going to create the Windows Install USB, so select USB Device menu in the step. In this step, plug in the USB drive to the computer, and you can see the USB drive in the list. If you can't find out the USB drive, click the refresh menu and then try to set the drive from the list, then press Begin Copy menu. It takes some time to be downloaded to the USB. Be patient and wait for the process. Chapter 2. The Other Way from Rufus. Rufus supports UEFI more than the first way, and you can also set the type of partition of the storage. By the way, you don't have to install the program. Just run the X file. After you run the program, you can see the device list. Choose the device from the list. If you can't find the device from the list, connect the USB to the computer again, and run the program again. In this step, you can choose the partition type of the storage. If you failed to do that in the way from the Chapter 1, you would choose the MBR partition scheme for UEFI computer, and if you also fail to do that with the way as above, choose the GPT partition scheme for UEFI computer. These trials and errors can be helpful to narrow down your problem by chance. Of course, if you know what your system is, just choose the right option. Then choose the image file with the menu. You can see the disk icon from the dialog. Rufus also just support ISO file. And press the Start menu. When you see an alert dialog to reset your USB drive, press OK menu. The program will be in the process, and you just need to wait for the process. If the process is complete, you can see the Done message finally. Did you do a good job? Okay. Thank you for watching the video, see you next time. Bye bye.